Imagine this. You're on your way home from work, waiting for the light to change, and then there's a sudden storm, and your whole life changes. Michael Williams knows what that's like all too well. For Michael Williams, October 29th, 2009 began like any other day. The graphic designer from Shreveport, Louisiana woke up, worked a full day, and was on his way home when fate blew in.
At least 3 tornadoes touched down on Thursday in northwestern Louisiana.
Williams was stopped at a red light next to Shreveport's First United Methodist Church when a 100-foot, 17,000-pound church steeple toppled over, crushing his car from above. The first responders found a grim scene and assumed the worst. But underneath the tons of brick and metal, Michael was clinging to life. It took an hour, but the rescue workers finally freed him from the wreckage alive. Michael lost a dangerous amount of blood and sustained over a dozen broken bones, including his sternum and 2 vertebrae. When he was physically able, Michael paid a visit to the first responders who saved his life that day.
I want to thank y'all for saving my life.
Michael continues to attend physical therapy 3 times a week and credits the accident for inspiring his attitude of gratitude for the miracle of his life. And Michael Williams joins us now with his wife of 30 years, Judy. Good to see you both.
Great to be here.
You're in a lot better shape than the last time we talked.
Much.
Was it a couple of weeks, about a month after it happened when we spoke?
It sure
spoke
was.
the last time. Do you remember that conversation?
I do, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What kind of shape were you in then?
I was in a hospital bed, in a turtle shell that went all the way around my body. I was cast for the broken back. I had to have someone give me a different bath every day. I mean, that was a new experience in itself.
So you have come a long way.
Quite a bit.
Quite a long way. What do you remember most about that day when you were trapped in that car?
I remember every second of it. And the thing I remember the most, when I came to, my glasses had been knocked off, so I couldn't see anything, but I remember thinking that I was still alive.
Right.
And I took a moment to thank God for that, assess that. And then the next thing I saw with blurry vision were the firemen running toward me with their coat flapping, so I knew the cavalry was coming to get me.
But there were moments during that whole process where it seemed as if you were bleeding so badly, you'd lost so much blood, that it almost looked as if the EMTs were sort of saying, we're not sure we're going to get this guy out in time.
We found out when we had dinner with the firemen a couple of months later that when they first arrived and they assessed the scene, because I had my head down, they phoned into the fire chief that the victim was deceased.
Wow.
And they came over with a blanket to cover me up, and that's when I raised my head up and asked them to just get me out.
Don't stop.
Right.
Don't stop believing. This story for you is fraught with all kinds of spiritual significance, life experience significance. The two of you have had your own arc. You were married for a long, long time, got divorced, got married again,
we did.
And exactly a year later, the steeple falls on this young man.
Right.
What has this year since been like for the two of you?
You know, Harry, we've gotten closer than ever. I mean, this has been a terrible accident that has a blessing inside, which is we are so grateful for our lives together. We've gotten closer because I recognize that all the things that seem so unimportant when you're married, they're not anymore. You cherish every moment, and that has brought us closer together.
Brought you closer together.
Absolutely.
What also then has happened in this last year is people you never knew are suddenly offering their aid, they're bringing you food. This whole other community has grown up around you that heretofore didn't exist.
Absolutely.
And what has that been like?
That's what I have referred to this past year as the miracle after the miracle, because in the first second a miracle occurred, and I don't use that word lightly.
Right.
But the other miracle is still happening, it's still unfolding today, and that is so many people from across the country and overseas have gotten in touch with us and sent us cards and gifts with the same exact message, and that is, we're praying for you. You don't hear that every day.
Right. That is, those are words that if somebody says that to you, you can't take lightly.
Absolutely.
Right. It is so great to see you both again.
It's great to be here.
It is great to be
really great to be here
with you. Y'all have been in touch with us all year, so thank you so much for that.
Thanks for taking the time to come and visit with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.